Hello lovely people, welcome back to my channel. Thank you for tuning in. Guys, today I thought to share with us this dinner rolls recipe. The recipe is from Mangchi. I don't know if I got the name correctly, but I believe she's Korean and she has lots and lots of recipes on her channel from many years ago. One of the things that brought me to YouTube back in 2015, late 2015, was this kind of recipes. Your girl was already loaded with native recipes, like native Nigerian dishes. But when it comes to snacks and this kind of treats, it was something I needed to learn. So this was one of the recipes I checked up on YouTube. And I fell in love with hers, reason I still use it till date. I later started checking out recipes for alternative ingredients, for our native Nigerian foods, and that was when I met people like Flo Chinyere and the rest of those good people. Okay, guys, let me show you how I make this. I'm excited. First, I would need to scoop in 2 teaspoons of yeast. I'll be needing 1.5 cup of all-purpose flour, 2 tablespoons of sugar, 1 large egg, 3 tablespoons of butter. If you're using unsalted butter, please use 1/4 teaspoon of salt in your recipe, okay? Half a glass of milk. So guys, and of course I have the recipe I'm following. I always watch whenever I'm making it, okay? Yes, so in this pot, and the stove is on, I'm going to add the butter. So the heat is just going to be on for as long as it takes to melt the butter in, okay? And once it's all melted, we're going to turn off the heat like I've done at this point. Okay, so it's all melted, the stove is turned off, and then I'll add my half a cup of cold milk. The milk is cold, guys. So at the end of this mixing, the temperature should come down. Okay, I've added the 2 tablespoons of sugar. You can use more if you want it sweet. These 2 tablespoons is just perfect. Now it's time to crack in the large egg, 1 large egg, okay? So I'm gonna mix that in, and at this point, the mix has come down to kind of a lukewarm temperature, So, and this is perfect for yeast, okay? If it's too hot, then the yeast might not be active. Okay, so at this point I'm pouring in the 2 teaspoons of dry yeast. I'll stir it in, and then I'll be letting it sit for 1 minute. Just a minute. After a minute, it's time to start adding in the flour. So I'll be pouring in the flour at this point to form our dough. Pour in the rest of the dough. Remember, we're using 1.5 cups of plain flour. Sometimes I try to kind of change things up by adding a whole grain flour as well, but for this particular recipe we're going to follow it as she made it, okay? Yes guys, so we're looking for a dough like this, not hard, sticky like this. So I'll combine everything together, making sure that everything is well mixed. Then I'm going to be covering it with this cloth and then covering with my pot. I'll time it 1 hour before we'll continue, okay? Yeah, while that is waiting, I'll go ahead and kind of oil grease this pan, yeah, with butter, okay, and set it aside. The time is up, guys. It's been 1 hour. Yeah, let's see what is happening in this pot. Yay, it has kind of doubled, a bit tripled in size, but it's all air in there, so we're gonna deflate it, as you can see. Guys, if you have those pots with heavy bottoms, you know, the type of pot that has kind of a heavy lid as well, please use it, because it does a better job at holding the dough in. You know, it helps it to rise because the pot will just seal very well, okay? Yeah, I'm using this because that's what's available to me, and reason I had to cover with a cloth before I covered with the lid, okay? Yeah, so I just deflated the thing and worked it a little bit. It's quite sticky, so I had to take on a little bit of flour. Yeah, feel free to use oil if you want to, but I don't know, I think I prefer to use flour for this particular recipe, okay? One thing Mang Chi missed in her recipe is telling us how exactly she got the dough to come together, whether she used oil or just some extra flour. Yeah, but this is the way I do it and it works, so you might as well try it, okay? I'll cover it and let it sit for another 30 minutes. After which I transferred it to a lightly floured work surface and began to knead it like you can see me do here. Yeah, guys, so we're going to be working this dough, making sure that every air in there is kind of removed, okay? Yeah, we'll be doing this for the next 4-5 minutes or thereabouts. Yes, guys, and like I said, you can use oil for this process, but I'm using a flour, okay? So when I feel it's sticky, I'll just take a little bit of flour on my palm, a little bit, not so much, just to make the work easier, okay? Yeah. So I'm working it to achieve a very stretchy dough, okay? And at this point, I've gotten what I wanted, so I'll just make a mound out of it. And then I'm going to stretch it out like you can see me do here, because we're going to be dividing it into six buns, okay? Yeah. So this particular recipe gives you 6 sizable dinner rolls. Yeah, but if you want more, you can double this recipe to get like 12, and yeah, you can halve the recipe to get 3. Yes, so I made sure to get the same sizes of the buns. Yeah, and then I'll go ahead now to form it into the rolls. You know, this is dinner rolls. Yeah, we're going to kind of make it into a certain kind of shape that you will see, okay? Just keep on watching. So what I'm basically doing is kind of stretch it out like a rope, like this. And then when I'm satisfied with the length, I'll go ahead and twist it like this, kind of wrap it around itself to get this beautiful shape. And then I'll put it in my kind of oiled pan. Yes, and then move ahead with the rest, okay? We have 6 of them, so we'll be working in this using the same pattern until all of them is ready, okay? The shape is quite easy to make. Just watch the way I'm doing it, okay? By the time we're done making the 5 the 6 rows. Yeah, you must have learned how to do it. You can also freestyle. Yeah, it's all about being creative with your shapes, and yeah, just have fun with it. Okay. Yeah. Finally, the last one. Okay guys, let's make this together. Yeah, so this is basically what you would do. Cross it over each other and tuck it in like this. Looks a little bit like a rose. So guys, they are all ready and arranged in my baking tray. Yeah, and then I'm going to just cover it with this cloth once again and let it sit for 1 hour. Nothing less than that, guys. Just be patient. Oh, look at that. Now it's ready for baking. Okay, so in another cup I had egg white for just washing the top. This will give it a beautiful golden brown color. Yeah, and after about 20 minutes, this is what we have, guys. I made sure to reduce the oven temperature so that it will cook very well. My oven has a tendency to get really hot. Yeah, so I used like between 120 and between 150 and 180 degrees. Yeah, but you can use more or less depending on the kind of oven you have. Okay, yeah, but basically within 20-25 minutes it was all baked and good. Look at that, guys. Soft and yummy dinner rolls. So I'll set it on this rack just so that it will kind of cool down without getting soggy beneath. Okay, yeah, so make sure you place it on a rack and allow it to cool down completely. Guys, look at that. Very soft, and oh, I feel like making akara, to go with this. Look at that. It's really beautiful, guys. So I went ahead to divide it into the 6 parts, and then I have a particular recipe for enjoying this, which is with almond milk. Yeah, guys, you can spread some jam on it, you can put your akara in it and just have fun with it. Okay, it's absolutely delicious and it's not sugary at all. Okay, yes guys, thank you so much, and I'll see you in the next yummy episode on the Afro Food Diary. Do give it a try and let me know what you think. Okay, yes, thank you so much for hanging on. Have a beautiful day.